Okay, so hey guys, happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are all doing well. I just came back from a run and that was awesome. I love to run and it totally brings me back to my center. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to make a brief video about the over planning, overachieving mind and just ask you guys how many of you guys basically have that mindset where you wake up and you have 1,000 things that you want to do, and if you only get to one, or if you get to two, or if you get to none of them, you feel upset or disappointed and it just kind of throws your day off. Sometimes. Yeah, so I've been unemployed since February, so I've had a lot of time, even being in Hanoi, basically quarantined in a sense. So I started off with having 1,000 things that I wanted to do during the day, and if I got to like one or two or three, I wouldn't be proud of myself in a sense. I would kind of be disappointed, like, oh, like I didn't get to that, or darn, I could have done that and I didn't do it. So it's been work for me since February to kind of just take it back and be okay with at least doing one thing, or at least doing none of them, and just being okay with I didn't get to the things on my list, and that is okay. So yeah, like, even now it's process. I still have in my head 1,000 things that I want to do, whether that be reading some pages in some of the books that I'm reading, or doing yoga, or running, or listening to that podcast that's been on my list for a while. And I'm also trying to write a book, so even like making time to write and stuff like that, and meditating. So anyways, a lot of things that I want to do in one day. So the way that I've been working on that, and I've been working on it since February, so to speak, one of the ways that I've been working on that is that I would wake up, and as soon as I would wake up, I would just meditate and write at least 3 things that I want to do during the day. And yeah, so I would write those 3 things, and when I would do it, I would just cross it off, because it feels good to just cross it off, like, oh cool, like accomplished. So I would do it and then I would just cross it off, and now it's more like a mental thing. So when I wake up, it's like, well, what do I want to do today? And I always put meditation first. Like, I always want to meditate during the day, like not whenever, it doesn't matter what time during the day it is, like I just want to meditate at least once during the day. I also put like yoga or walking or running into my daily like to-do list, in a sense, of the top 3, and sometimes I don't get to it every day, and I'm learning how to simply be okay with that, because sometimes I give myself so much shit for not doing yoga or not walking or not running. And some of the times when it comes to exercise, it's not because I don't have time, because obviously like we're quarantined, but just sometimes just because there's such a drag to do it. But yeah, just with that comes just being okay with it. Like, I didn't get to it today, and that is okay. Yeah, so I usually have meditation, some kind of exercise, and then also reading. Like, I love to read, and reading also brings me back to like my center. So having those 3 things during the day to do, and sometimes I get to all of them and it feels awesome, and sometimes I don't get to one of them, and before it would be this like giving myself more shit for it, like, crap, but you did have time but you didn't do it. And now it's more so like I didn't get to it, but it's okay. Like, it's totally fine, like it's not the end of the world. I still did these 2, like I'm still okay, like, and even with that, trying to find like gratitude or bliss in all the other things that you did do, even though it wasn't on your list. So for example, like, I could have those top 3 on my list, like meditation, some kind of exercise, and reading, and then if I didn't get to 2 of them or to one of them, I'll think about my day and I'll be like the other day I was playing with my niece outside, and I finally got her to play with me outside and play chalk. And it became this thing of like, okay, I didn't do any of that, but I got to spend time with my niece and we got to play outside and be kids, you know? So, and trying to find that gratitude and that bliss in that moment and not being so stuck on, I didn't get to these things on my list. And I think in the society that we live in, it's always like this go, 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 go mentality, and I've totally have had, I don't want to say issue because it's not an issue, but it's been practiced to let go of that mindset just because my mindset, since I could remember, has been like that, where it's like a go, go, go. If it's not productive, if it's not gonna help me grow or learn, and if it's not gonna help me see something different, or just like if it's not in that mindset of growth and learning and expanding, then I don't want to do it. And it's been practiced to kind of just let go of that and be okay with the present moment of even just sitting still, and even with doing other things that I thought weren't leading me into that mindset or weren't putting me into that mindset. But the truth of the matter is that in every second and everything that we do, we're always learning, expanding, and growing. So kind of bringing that mindset into just everything that we do anyways. But yeah, like it doesn't have to be in the way that society tell us that it has to be. So yeah, even with my niece, like playing chalk with her, you know, it's like being in the moment and having a great time with her, and we're creating these memories as we're being quarantined that only she'll remember when she grows up, but I'll also remember and keep in my heart. And we're also like growing in our friendship, in our relationship. So yeah, so so if you guys have that overthinking, overachieving, over-planning mind, how do you guys deal with it? And do you guys give yourself shit for not accomplishing one or two or all of them? And yeah, the next time you wake up with 1,000 things that you guys want to do, kind of just sit in your stillness, because I'm really big on that. Like, sit on your stillness and just think about 3 things that you want to get done during your day, and just write it down. And when you do it, just cross it off, because of course it feels so good to just cross stuff off. So cross it off and mark it as accomplished, done. But also don't attach yourself as you're writing these things. So make a commitment to yourself, first of all, to make time for them. So write these at least 3 things down and make a commitment, like I'm going to make time to get these 3 things done, you know, and then do it, you know, totally do it. Like, go execute those 3 plans, and it makes you feel so good. But at the same time, also don't attach yourself to them, because if you attach yourself to them, then if you don't get to one of them or 2 of them, or if you don't get to any of them, you're going to feel disappointed, and it's going to cause you maybe some type of suffering. And even though we're quarantined, there's still unexpected things that happen during the day with whatever, with our family, or things that have to get done at home, or just like all these other things that are totally unplanned for, and sometimes we don't get to it, and that is okay. You can either make time to do it before you go to bed, or make some time in between, but if you don't get to it, like, it's totally okay. So when that happens, just take a moment back and kind of see your day with like a whole other light of not giving yourself shit for it for not doing it, but go back and reflect of just like how good your day was anyways, even if it's something so small. And I was gonna say, like, even if it's just like taking a shower, like it's not on your list, but you got that done, you know what I mean? Or you ate something healthy, or you took like a breath outside, or something along those lines. It can be something so little, but that can even be an accomplishment of some sort. Cleaning your room, or organizing things, or, you know, anything during your day, you can find an accomplishment in that, and even though it's not on your list, you can still be grateful for getting that done, you know. And even if you decide to just be in bed all day and watch this Netflix series, which I can't do that for some reason, or I know why, but I just can't do that. But even if you do that, like, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, it's okay, like, your body is resting up and you're watching a show and you're getting some kind of enjoyment out of it, you know. Like I said, I can't do that. I can do it maybe an hour or so, like in the evenings, but I can't just be all day watching Netflix or TV. And some of you are like that, and that's okay too. Working on that, but working on just chilling. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a beautiful Tuesday. Like I said, my friend and I are currently working together on putting some tips together of being in solitude and how to work with that. So yeah, so I think that's it. So I hope you guys have a beautiful Tuesday. Bye!